So, welcome to a very important episode of Birmingham Goes Live. Today we are focusing on all things Selly Oak. My name's James.
And I'm Lily. We're going to be talking to Daisy Lindlar, the Representation and Resources Officer here at the Guild, about all things safety and kind of the support the Guild can offer students. And we're also going to be talking to a couple of our Guild TV members about their favourite things to do in Selly Oak. And I have heard there's some interesting anecdotes as well. So that should be quite funny. Yeah.
Okay. We've got loads of other stuff coming up. So we've got a short film which has kind of a dark love theme. That should be interesting. We've got a short piece on self-protection and student safety. And we're going to be looking at the recent student productions, drama productions, in Behind the Curtain. So we actually have a really packed episode this week.
We also have our music act, as usual, playing us out. Dan O'Connor. We were listening to him rehearse before and he sounds incredible. So that was going to be really, really good. Yeah.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little bit nervous sitting next to you. I've heard that you've been coughing quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm a bit ill today.
Sniffling quite a bit.
Really bad timing.
And,
but I'm
keep your
armed
germs.
against my. I've got my Lemsip, so I'm going to be
Casually
taking sips from
disguised as a coffee cup. I see.
I've got my Cavonia as well. Look, I've got everything.
Good.
I've
so
got
you're prepared.
strepsils. I've got tissues. I should be fine.
Good. Well,
So if you hear me coughing, I'm not interrupting our guests. I'm just a bit ill. I can get away with that, can't
you'll be fine. We're now joined by Daisy, the sabbatical officer for resources and representation here at the Guild. So thank you so much for joining us.
That's fine, thanks for having me.
So what kind of measures have been carried out or have been put in place by the Guild this year in terms of kind of student safety and things like that?
Well, we have a housing and community officer as a sabbatical officer position, and he works really closely with the West Midlands Police and the local sort of police, Selly Oak Police. Okay. We've got the community wardens, which is a group of students who they go out and do things. They go on patrols in the evening and do things like make sure people's doors are locked. I actually went out with them the other day. And also we've obviously got police on campus. They're based in Uni Centre. And if you go and see them, then they can give you things like personal attack alarms and stuff like that. But we generally just try and keep a really close relationship in the local community and with the police.
I mean, it seems quite obvious, but what kind of basic advice would you give to students to stay safe?
I mean, there's obvious things like don't walk home alone after like fab and things like that. I mean, the thing with this being an area with a lot of students in it is that people know, criminals know when we're particularly vulnerable. So they know kind of like late at night, at the weekends, people sort of going home a bit drunk. You know, when you've had a bit of drink, you think like, you know, I'm invincible, I can walk home, I'll be fine. So it's like be going home in groups, get a taxi ideally after a night out.
I mean, if you've spoken to students about the kind of recent incidents that have been happening, do you think it's affecting the way that students feel about Selly Oak? Do you think they're actually fearful about living there? Are people sort of put off by living in Selly Oak?
I think it definitely is quite a scary time for people. I mean, the important thing to remember is that in general, crime has gone down year on year. It's just that obviously this has been quite a scary month. But, you know, in an area like Selly Oak, we are at risk of crime as there's a high concentration of students. So if criminals know that every student's going to have with them like a tablet, a smartphone, a laptop. So it's important to just kind of like be aware of that.
Coming up next, we actually have a short film to show you featuring some familiar faces, us two. So without further ado, let's play the short film.
Here's Losing Annie.
We've got two special guests with us now, one of whom was playing Joe in the film. So welcome.
Hi.
So we're joined with Beryl and Lewis, who Lewis obviously was playing Joe. How are you doing, guys?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
What did you think of the film?
I really, really enjoyed making it. I've never done any short film or any acting for that matter, but I mean, our scene was so intense, wasn't it?
It was. Well, I mean, it was completely just sort of off the cuff.
Yeah.
Let's sow caution to the wind. Let's get rid of the script and let's just.
It's just so intense. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was great.
Channeling
It was
your
It was really difficult for me. You were amazing though. You were just.
Well, because I felt like I've said that before.
What did you think? Who do you think she
liked
chose?
it. I messaged you right away congratulating you because
did.
she was awesome. We all know
Yeah,
that. You were awesome too, but she was the star.
No, it's fine. She definitely took the acting award. Oscar's coming up, you know.
Guys.
Nomination on the way, I think. You know.
And I wanted to ask you who did she pick and blah blah blah, but today you said I don't really know. I just improvised.
Cool.
Anyway.
Okay, obviously earlier we were talking about Selly Oak, and Lily's promised me some funny stories about Selly Oak. So
It's just what I've heard backstage. That's
yeah,
all.
apparently you've got some funny stories.
Well, I mean, who wants to start? Well.
Your story is quite funny,
I wanna hear
Lewis.
yours.
I mean, well, okay, it's the funny thing about this is that it was as I started second year, so I just moved to Selly Oak as well. And I just, went to the bathroom, as you do, whatever, normal. and
It's a bathroom story.
yeah, yeah. And
Great.
as I went in and I closed the door, I went to lock the door, and the lock fell apart in my hand.
Oh my God.
And then I heard like a thump on the other side of the door, and it took me like a few seconds, and then I just clocked what happened.
No.
And I was like, I'm actually stuck in this bathroom. And you know, some Selly Oak bathrooms,
Yeah.
they're like, I mean, they're so small. It was like a panic room with a toilet in it.
But you lived in Victoria Halls, didn't
Yeah,
you?
for 1.5 years.
Yeah. How did you find that sort of not?
I really liked it. I think like people expected me to get bored of it really soon, like being in the whole student environment. You know, there are party goers every night, the noise, but I really enjoyed it.
A lot of students tend to stay on the Vale, which is kind of the other side of campus. You didn't feel like you were a bit.
So when I got Victoria Halls and I like saw that how easy it was going to be to get to lessons,
Yeah.
I was like, thank God, like you know the right thing for
Yeah.
me, you picked for
No,
me.
that's definitely
So I
a
really
bonus.
enjoyed
Bonus,
it.
I think,
Yeah.
being close.
You got any funny Selly Oak stories?
I have one. It's not quite bathroom, but it is probably just as kind of
We
disturbing.
don't have to go to the bathroom all the
We don't have
time.
to compare.
Basically, yeah, I essentially killed a slug by putting it on the hob because it was stuck to the underside of my frying pan.
Oh, it
Didn't
wasn't
realise-
intentional?
Oh no, sorry, no.
Because I just did it,
Brutal.
says, oh, I just killed a slug.
No, not at all.
I put it on the pan.
But
you know.
I put the pan on the hob, basically. Slug kind of melted and
Oh,
horrible
that-
smell.
oh, that poor
Horrible
slug.
smell.
Oh.
Anyway, let's move on.
Burning slug.
We've got another video coming up, I think.
We have another video coming up. So this one actually was made by myself and Beryl and also Sophie, and it's about self-protection. And obviously, it's a very important part of this show. So we're going to get some advice from Bob Spoor on self-protection with students.
We are now joined by Dan O'Connor, third year history student and guitar enthusiast. Welcome. What type of music do you think, would you say your style is? What's you?
It's mostly acoustic stuff, kind of inspired by like Frank Turner kind of stuff. So
Love a bit of Frank Turner.
yeah,
Oh, I should know who that is.
I love a bit of Frank Turner.
is
Well, okay, well, why did you get into music in the first place? What was the thing that kind of...
well, I was a massive Busted fan when I was
Oh,
younger.
but we like that.
Yes! Busted!
That was like the first song I learnt
best.
was a song called "Meet You There" by Busted. I
Oh, I don't know that. I
know.
know the year 3000 was the one that I remember.
Because
Because I remember the music video with like the kid with the time machine car or whatever.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh God, I used to
Brilliant.
love that song.
Right, that's we're coming to the end of the show now. So thank you so much for joining us on Birmingham Goes Live, and I hope you've found out some wonderful things about Selly Oak. Now this is what you've been waiting for. We've got Dan here, who's going to play us one of his original songs that you wrote really recently, right?
Yeah, literally like only a few months ago. So yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, and it's called Take a Chance, and I think you gave it the name today.
Well,
Take a
yeah,
Chance.
it didn't have a name. Matt asked me for a name, so yeah, just kind of made it up.
Well, I never expected this. Harmless flirtation turned to a kiss, 'cause you're not usually my type. Still I want you so bad, not just for tonight. She invited me out for a smoke. Now I don't usually, but I won't say no. We could put this down to those shots. Can't escape the fact you're smoking hot. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You could be my girl, I'll be your man. All I'm asking is you take a chance on this romance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You could be my girl, I'll be your man. So come on, let's have another dance. All I'm asking is you take a chance on this romance.